Right, you guys, now finally the wait is over. Now we have seen a hope to come out of the vicious circle of the education system that hasn't seen anything new in last 34 years. And there is something, a new hope that came into the market by the government. And we're going to look at why you shouldn't be too much happy about the education system if you're getting too much emotional about it, if you're getting too much attached and becoming so much happy. I've seen a lot of messages on my Instagram that people are just getting happy about the education system. I'm gonna tell you the reason why you shouldn't be. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, do consider that, because there we are having one-on-one interaction, one-on-one conversations on live. I come live 3 times a week, and that makes one-on-one conversation very easy. So if you're liking this video, if you're watching this video, if you're just thinking that I am adding any value to your life, then consider subscribing. And like is something that you have to do before, like, if you don't do that, then rest of the video will not make any sense to you. I'm just kidding, but you have to like the video.
So what are the major changes that are happening in the education system? We should know about it, right? So there will be one exam, one common entrance example, or no more stress of multiple exams like board, IIT, Falana J. Then, we are not going to have all of those exams. So there will be one exam. So that's okay. That's good. I mean, less theory. The syllabus will be more dependent on the practical side, which I say this for, all the time here on this channel. Skills are way over than degree. Then the choice of subjects, this is something, a replica of what is happening in the western side, western countries. So after class 6 you can pick subjects of interest, right? So you can choose coding, you can do history. Like, when we were doing 11th 12th, we were having 3 choices, so arts, commerce, science. Like, you can choose actually psychology with economics and then computers. So these subjects will, what would have I chosen if I were given these chances, right? But anyway, let's go into it. Exams will be held only for classes 3, 5 and 8. Board will continue, but it will be redesigned. So that's not a major change, I feel, according to me. You can drop out, so you can drop out but still get degree on, like, when you complete the years, like whatever years, like you can drop out in second year, you can get a degree. Okay, I have studied till second year. So third year, same similarly. So 10 plus 2 structure, that is something that is going to change. So this structure to be replaced by 5 plus 3, 3, 3, 4. So this is pretty straightforward. I don't need to explain that. We have 10 plus 2 structure right now. So media of communication, now this is my favorite one, guys, till now. So mother tongue, local language or regional language is to be to be the medium till class 5. Now this L is like missing over here, but that's not the funny part. That L reminds me, you have to like the video. Just go down and like the video. That's the only thing that I'm asking for in return from you. But anyway, we're talking about this medium of communication, mother tongue. Why is it my favorite? Because I am aware of a lot of children that are just left behind just because they cannot speak, or they cannot read, or they cannot study in English or Hindi. Those are the 2 major languages which are there in CBSE board. Right? And so that's the only reason more people will get their hands on education in their own local language, which makes them more accessible, at least till class 5, right? So let's talk about the reason why I actually want you to not to be too happy about the education system changes that are happening. So we gotta change the way children absorb information. Now, what do I mean by this? I get a lot of DMs over the Instagram. So if you're not following, again, like, have a look over the profile. But if you're I get a lot of DMs that just don't know how to do a normal Google research. Now, this is something important for you to understand. In order for you, you are being spoon feeded by the education system, and I hope some of these changes will make you realize that spoon feeding is not the end goal. You are given things in your hands. So let's imagine you were making, in biology we were making taking a hair and then, like, keeping it together on the copy with the tape, cello tape. So that's not, I believe those are the things which needs to be changed, like giving everything in our own hands, which is something spoon feeding, I want to call it. Like, they have to teach how to do the research, and this is a pretty big problem in today's world. And that's why I feel people just have degrees, not skills. And why that's why we are lagging behind. So let's have a look at the second reason why I think you shouldn't be too much happy. Letting people choose what they want is good for 3.9% of the children, and others all fucking confused. Just trust me in the number of people. And I was the, I was the victim too. I was really, 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 really confused in my second, third year, till second and third year. And after that, I had to realize that, tasting things is the only thing that I have to do. So how do we remove that confusion? By actually giving them access to a lot of perspective which we don't know. Like, teacher is the god, and that's up to my experience, right? So they feel like, you cannot challenge them and everything. The teacher should be challenged, not just by the system, by the students, by the brilliant students. So, and not just by the brilliant, by actually all of the students. So, they should teach us how to do things, rather than teach us how to replicate things. And that's, I feel, it's called spoon feeding, when they give everything in our own hands, not to teach us how to actually do it. So when I talk about confusion, if you know a lot of people, and if you're, I hope you're still yourself a student, a lot of people are just confused, like, what do they have to do, and, in their life, and where does this confusion, like, just take you in life? Just think about this. And according to a lot of research, after 25, you just don't actually put efforts in order to run after, to chase that mind-blowing world that is out there, to come out of the confusion. After 25, you're not going to do that. That's up to a research. Like, that's because of the research. But think about this. If you're not wired to taste different things, if you're not wired to do the different things in the life, then you'll be always confused, because confusion is a state which is should be there with everyone. I feel confusion is a very good state. And let's have a look at the other reason. The third reason is, choosing isn't the only option. Yes, it's a start. Giving option to choose, it's a really good thing, but it's a start. But it doesn't mean shit. You know why? Let's talk about it. Syllabus. So that's made with two limiting beliefs. I want to take an example over here. So when I take an example, uh, there are a lot of stuff that should be taught to us in schools. In let's take an example of history, right? So there are a lot of stuff that should be taught in the school, in SSD. There is like limiting beliefs, that this is the only thing which should be taught. And I don't want to go into politics side, because I have heard a lot of news, and I've done a couple of I've done a lot of research. I wouldn't say a lot, but at least a little of research, that to see how they control what is being taught in the school, so they can control what is being taught in the school. And that's a limiting belief. Books don't equate the actual realities and modern changes. So there are a lot of modern changes that are happening into the world. Introducing coding, now that's really amazing. That's modern change. Now that's like, but syllabus, as we can see it as a whole, 90% of it, and they say it's going to be more practical. Let's see, let's wait, right? I hope whatever they say, they just implement. And being dependent on the government, now this actually fucks me up. Yeah? Like, if you are being dependent on the government for everything, and then you are a fucked up citizen of the country. It took them 5 years to actually launch this. When I was actually researching about this, I got to know that in 2015 they initiated it, and the initial deadline was actually 1 year, but it took them 5 years to actually launch this. And there is no particular document that they have launched in them. Like, it's only just the PPT and a simple document that they have launched into the market, but not into the market, into the public. But it took them 5 years to actually launch this. Let's think about this. And they have said that it will be implemented in 5 more years. So that's about the government laziness. But thinking about you shouldn't be dependent on the government for everything that you're like. If you're a parent and you're watching this and you're gonna have a child soon, then think about this. You don't want to be someone that is dependent on someone else to take care of your child. So similarly, the government, think about why Elon Musk have made like their that his children, all of his children, homeschooled. There is a reason, and a lot of people do this. If you think at that level, a lot of people do that. But yes, of course, there is a lot of benefits of going to school and colleges, social reasons, right, that we shouldn't ignore and we cannot ignore because they are the good reasons. And this is another thing, guys. Skills over degree. Although they have tried to say that we are gonna be like more towards practical side, but skills are way over than degree. The vocational subjects, the things that actually make you employable into the market should be taught. I haven't seen a single word related to it. So what happens in Germany, right? You are given an option. If you are gonna just leave the college, then you have these options to take this course for 6 months. Now you have studied, you have good social skills, and now you have one skill that you can employ into like you can use to be employed into the market, and you can just contribute in the GDP. That is something that happens in Germany, as far as I have researched, until 2 years ago. So that used to happen, and that's a good thing. But skills, we are actually right now we are bringing more focus on the degree, right? You can leave in 2 years, you can still get a degree. You can come back, you can still get a degree. You can do that, you can get a degree. You can get a degree, you can get a degree. And less talks about the skills, and that's where my focus is. Now, thinking about the last point, let's talk about the last point. So, and it's going to be really interesting. So three types of universities. I don't want to go into details of this, but there will be like three kinds of universities that are proposed into the system. And thinking about it, the first level will be increasing, like I just wrote this. The first level will increase the possibilities of increase in the fees, so this is something that is random. But the point being is, if you categorize university like it has been categorized right now, even into IIT, then NITs, like all of that level. I'm talking about engineering, of course. So if you categorize in, then you are saying that this is the best university. If you go into that, and they're making it autonomous. And as an autonomous, like they're asking, do whatever you want to do until unless you're not asking money from the government. So what are they gonna do? Just think about this. From where they're gonna get their money? From students, right? And from you. And that's why I said it's gonna result in increasing fees. So think about this, and these are all the points. If you have liked the video till now, I hope, and if you want to know how to actually choose a university or a college, I have actually made a video. It's right here, not here. So it's right here. Check that video. And apart from that, I just want to say, I hope you think about all of the things logically, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep liking the video. That's the only thing I want in return. Bye bye.